and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's live stream. Tonight's matchup will be the Achieve scrimmage between the Boone Toreadors and the Ogden Bulldogs. Tonight's game will be a great opportunity for both teams to get some action before the season officially begins. And with that, Tyson Shivers wins the tip for Boone. Reed Carr will possess it first for the Toreadors. Brooks to Van Pelt through the pressure. Corner three, Baumgartner left short. Shivers fight for the board, gets it. Drop step kick to Van Pelt. Thought about the three. Instead, pull up free throw line. No good. Long. And that's Van Sickle on the rebound. Now pushing in transition. Great pass into Miller for the first two of the night for Ogden. Now Brooks on the inside matches it with the two of their own for the Toreadors. And so all tied up, 2-2. Roy to the corner, Carson, now back to Roy on the wing. High post Van Sickle, guarded by Van Pelt. Now Carson. Roy drives baseline, cut off by Brooks. And the pass sails over the head. Fortunately for Ogden, Van Sickle runs it down. Now corner three, contested by Shivers, is good from Jace Coleman. 5-2, Ogden. Kevin, who are some players you're looking to stand out for on the Toreador side of the ball?
Personally, I think Devin Silba is looking pretty good this season. He's been putting in a lot of off-season work, and overall, I think he's going to have a great season this year. But on the court, I'm going to say Wes Van Pelt, last year out, I think he's going to do some great things here, as well as Tyson Shivers. Just those three guys to be on the lookout for.
Yeah, definitely. Silba coming off the bench as a six-man. Great shooter, will provide some offense definitely for the Toreadors off the bench. And then, of course, you got the duo of Shivers, Van Pelt. Been playing varsity for a long time now, so finally senior year, look for big things from them as we go forward. Shivers couldn't get the steal. Pressures Van Sickle, and foul will be called, I believe, on Tyson Shivers. So it'll be baseline out of bounds. Roy will inbound for Ogden. In the post, Roy. Van Sickle's three rattles around, no good. Fight for the rebound. Comes to a Bulldog. That was Miller on the lay-in. 7-4 the score. Now Toreadors push it fast in transition. And Brooks draws the foul on the Bulldogs. I believe that one was on Roy under the basket. So that'll send Brooks to the free throw line for two shots. It's been a fast start, Kevin. Lots of offense so far.
Yep, definitely. I think right now, as it is, we just definitely got to get off the ball better. Defense is a little lacking, but hopefully we can pull it together this rest of the half.
Yeah, for sure. Crank up the ball pressure.
Yep.
and see if you can force some turnovers for sure. As Brooks' second free throw is good, so he gets them both from the line. Toreador's down 1. They will put on some full court pressure now, try to slow down the Ogden offense as they break one free down the court. Ooh. One too many steps before the ball hit the ground, so that's a travel. Lucky for the Toreadors, if there's no travel there, that's a wide open layup for the Bulldogs. So travel, turnover. Toreadors have a chance to take the lead with this possession. Van Pelt to Baumgartner now, top of the key. Looks like both teams are just sitting in a 2-3 zone so far. As the weakness of the zone, the corner. Wes Van Pelt makes him pay for leaving him open. Toreadors now up 2 after the 3 from Van Pelt. And foul on Brooks, trying to swipe at the basketball. So it'll be, I believe, the second foul for Boone this quarter. As Silbaugh checks in for Carr. Kevin, that's your guy to look out for. See if he can provide some offense for the Toreadors, extend this lead. As they test Brooks down the court. The turn, jump, no good. Shivers board. Now the Toreadors push it on their own. Silbaugh drives baseline and kicks out to Brooks. Brooks has his defender in the air. Gets in the paint 2 feet and lays it in for 2. Toreadors offense starting to get rolling. 11-7 now the score. In the corner. Now top of the key, Bergstrom to Rizvit. Tried to dump it off to the block, swarmed by some Toreadors, and they've got a foul call. Toreador fans don't seem to agree, but we'll see who they got that one on. I think that might have been Brooks down there, got the foul.
I think it was. Questionable call there, but not our call to make.
Correct. Got to just roll with what they say.
Yep.
They called the foul on Brooks. As Silbaugh got a hand on the pass and just stepped out of bounds. As Roy comes off the court for the Bulldogs. Coleman inbounds. Brooks swarms it. We'll see what the call is. I think that's Toreador basketball. Last touched by the foot of a Bulldog. As now the Toreadors look to add on to their 11-7 lead. The corner, 2-3 zone, weakness again. Baumgartner no good. Brooks gets high for the rebound and lays it back up for 2. As another steal for the Toreadors. Brooks into the paint again. And we got a block. I believe that'll be an and 1. Should be an and 1 as Brooks was going up for the shot.
Looks like Braden Brooks starting the season off pretty hot. Definitely saw it coming though. Put a lot of work in the offseason and just overall had a lot of improvement last year. Coming into this year, looks like he has worked on a lot of things, shooting and everything. So
yeah, he was one of the guys last year that was kind of a good surprise for the Toreadors.
Definitely.
Not sure what you were going to get from him beginning of the season, but ended up being a really solid player throughout the year. And then this year now, knowing what to expect, they're looking for big things. And this whole team really has put in a lot of work over the offseason, shooting all summer, all those sorts of things. So it's showing so far up 16-7 as Toreadors flip to a man defense, it looks like. Floater in the lane, no good. Fight for the rebound, pulled down by Miller. Kick out Rizvit. Good pass on the baseline. As Baumgartner gets the block and the rebound, Shivers after a couple of misses by the Bulldogs.
Oh.
And then a miscue by the Toreadors turns it right back over. As sloppy basketball going on, turnover, and then another turnover. So this time, Bulldogs throw it out of bounds. Chance for the teams to collect themselves as a dead ball here, so we'll get a couple of subs as well. Silbaugh comes off for Brecky. Roy, and I believe that's Carson, check back in for the Bulldogs.
Looks like the pressure's getting to the Bulldogs now that they're down 16-7. A lot of good things picking up from the Toreadors now that Dane Brecky's coming in. Great defensive player from everything that we've seen last year. Moving into varsity this year, he was a varsity sub, but this year he's looking to get more playing time.
Yeah, for sure. The pressure from the score mounting, as well as Toreadors just putting on some full court pressure with the press. flipped to a physical man defense, so Toreadors up 16-7. Bulldogs looking to cut back into the lead as Roy dumps off to the corner. Tipped by Shivers. Mormon comes across to get the steal and then pushed ahead to Brecky. Van Pelt will be the one to collect it. Corner three, Brecky, no good. Big miss from Brecky is rebounded by Mormon. Van Pelt in all sorts of space, no good. Brecky pulls down the rebound. Tons of offensive rebounds right now for the Toreadors as Brecky finds himself in the paint, lays it in. So that will be 18-7 after the two from Brecky. And Mormon will get another steal and then into Van Pelt on the save. Van Pelt takes it hard all the way to the rim. No good, no foul. As Baumgartner finds a cutting Shivers down the lane. Van Pelt will try another three and get it. Wes Van Pelt adds it to the Toreador lead. 21-7 now the score as the Bulldogs will take a full timeout. We'll be back with you with the Toreadors up 21-7. All right, back from the timeout. Toreadors started off hot with a turnover. Shivers intercepts the inbound, and Mormon saw it just a second too late as Roy gets in the way of that pass.
Looks like freshman Brandon Holm is in, looking to see what he can do. Have not gotten much footage of him or just overall play time, so it's good to see what he could do out here.
And this is a perfect time to see just a scrimmage here, so perfect time to see what you got on your roster. So I like the move to see the freshman early and often, hopefully. So see what Brandon Holm can do out here today as Shivers will be the inbounder. Gets it into Mormon and tries to dump it right back into the post. Ooh. Unfortunate tap away for the Toreadors and a fast break lay-in for Ogden. First points in a long time. Kevin, Toreador defense has been really strong.
Definitely. I think right now our strong suit is defense, but we definitely have some offensive scores on here. No kidding, but looking to see what we could do, picking it back up.
Shivers stuck in the post without a dribble. Now Mormon thought about the three, swing to Brecky. 2 feet in the paint, block is called. So a foul on Ogden. Foul count tied up 3-3, first quarter. 1:55 to go. As tipped away, and it will be Ogden basketball.
Looks like we're trying to apply some full court pressure.
As Shivers forces baseline, tried for the block, and forced to travel. It looked like Miller wasn't expecting Shivers to get off the ground there, contest the shot. So Shivers got up. Miller forced to shuffle his feet. And now Toreadors putting some zip on some passes, swinging it around. Holm tried to get in to the paint, taken away. Now pass led too far in front of Miller. Another Bulldog turnover as Toreadors bring a whole new 5 into the game. Baumgartner, Van Pelt, Brooks, Carr, and Myers check in.
Excited to see what Myers can do out here. Looking at him on the stat sheet, 6'7". Looks like we're going to have a pretty big paint series with him.
Yeah, definitely look down to him. Big height advantage is the tallest player listed on Ogden's roster. There's a couple of guys tied at 6'2", so Myers, big height advantage. Has got a foul. (21-9). Bulldogs commit their 5th foul in the quarter. So that'll send Brooks to the line for 2 shots now in the bonus. In his earlier trip, he went 2 for 2, so we'll see what Brooks can do this time from the line. 1:30 to go, first quarter. No good, short on the first attempt. Brooks second on the way. That one's long, so both options to miss. Brooks hits short and long, and then Baumgartner commits the foul. 4th foul for the Toreadors.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty physical game tonight.
And the refs calling all the ticky-tacky fouls that they see, so high foul count so far in this first quarter. We'll see if the teams adjust, see if that gets trimmed down throughout the game. As now Roy hands off to Carson. Bulldogs working it around the perimeter. Carr tried for the steal, couldn't get it. As that's Bergstrom into the post. The hook shot from Coleman is good. Cuts it to a 10-point lead for the Toreadors. They're running quick. Carr thought about the 3 instead, drive baseline. One-handed pass. Baumgartner swings to Van Pelt, no good. Brooks fighting for the rebound as Roy will be the one to come down with it. As now Carr comes away with it after a bunch of tips down on the far end. He'll drive to the basket, fouled by Roy. 2 shots on the way from Reed Carr. Between Reed Carr and Devin Silbaugh, Kevin, you got 2 guards that you can trust with the ball all the time. Reed especially is safe with the ball, won't turn it over, and then you got Silbaugh who can come in and knock down some threes. So with those 2 seniors at the guard positions, Toreador's in good hands.
Definitely. I think it's great having 2 shifty guards and then looking at our post players, Landon Myers and Jude Baumgartner. Just definitely some overall safe picks. We got the height, the size, and the movement from our guards. Looking like we have a pretty strong offense, but Ogden does too. But thankfully, Toreador defense is pretty strong tonight.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really running in transition, making it a point to get out in front of the Toreador defense before it can set up. So now lead is still 10 for the Toreadors. Van Pelt seeing what he can do. As Myers left alone in the post, too strong on the shot, fighting for his own board. Brooks gets it, plays off 2 feet, strong to the basket. Braden Brooks having himself a quarter. That's just 12 seconds, so the Bulldogs gonna have to hurry. They get it in to Miller. It's a 2-on-2 fast break. See what the Bulldogs can do. 2 seconds, 1 second, shot is up. Left short, so that will take us to the break. End of the first quarter. Toreadors up 25-13. Both offenses look strong. Ogden's offense has had their moments when they got out in transition, but Toreador defense locked down for a little bit. Let them get out to a 25-13 lead. So we'll come back, start of the second quarter. Toreadors up 25-13. All right, back second quarter. Ogden starts it off with a foul on Shivers. Got behind the Toreador defense, so we will start with some free throws for this second quarter. First foul for the Toreadors this clean quarter. So 2 shots on the way from Braden Miller. 5'11" sophomore gets the first one. 25-14.
You know, one thing from Ogden tonight is that they have had a very quick offense, really able to get off that ball fast and just overall just really run down our court and run down and just seeing how the Toreadors have to react to all of that and then just strengthen up their D.
Yeah, best offense is in transition before the defense can even get set up. So Ogden doing a great job getting out before the Toreadors can even get into defense. Corner 3, Van Pelt wide open. No good. Rebound, Carson. As that's a double dribble. Just thought about the pass and then decided to put it back on the ground. Refs all over it, double dribble. So Toreadors have a baseline out of bounds. With Shivers taking it out, wouldn't be surprised if they just duck it right back in him to the post. There it is. Shivers turns, layup, and one for Tyson Shivers as they went right back to him after the inbound, laid it up. Shivers has a chance for the three-point play. Kevin, you got to like the strong move to the basket from Shivers. Knew right what he wanted to do with it right when he got it. Went up, got the 2, and now a chance to add one on.
Definitely. Overall, Shivers has had a great starting season. I mean, overall, he's been putting in a lot of work and hitting the weight room. So excited to see what he could do. Looks like he does it again.
As there he is, Tyson Shivers, another chance to add the 3 to the scoreboard. So big swing for the Toreadors. Already 4 points before Ogden was back on offense. Toreadors chance to get a 5-point swing on this free throw. No good, long. Bulldogs do pull it down this time. Roy in transition, trying to beat the Toreador defense. Drug his pivot foot, travel. So that's a turnover. That has been something we've seen tonight. The Bulldogs prone to that turnover, trying to get out too quick sometimes. Just need to take a breath. Doesn't always have to be 100 miles an hour as Shivers is fouled. That'll be the 3rd for Ogden. So they've stacked up a couple of early fouls, just under 2 minutes played. As long inbound to Carr, ball swung to Brooks. Van Pelt thought about the 3 at the slot instead. Kick to Brooks for the wing. 3 is good. Braden Brooks really having his way. Toreadors up 32-14. As that one off the fingertips, just running too fast again. Kevin, they just need to slow it down a little bit.
Definitely. I think Toreadors that put a lot of pressure on them offensively and defensively. As you can see, with 3 fouls, offense has got to really, or Ogden's got to really just change up here, work on using their feet, not their hands, but not much you could do there when you have some big guys like Jude and Tyson in the paint.
Yeah, for sure, as that one will stay with the Bulldogs. Yeah, like you were saying, hard to keep it clean when you got Shivers down in the post, shifty guards that'll make you move your feet. As the inbound tried to get it back to him, Carr had a hand in the way, and now the pass lobbed to Brooks, just couldn't connect. Shivers to Brooks. Now the bounce pass, backside block is taken away by the Toreadors. We got a jump ball. I believe this one stays with Ogden. Actually, that one will go to the Toreadors, so that's my bad, as Toreadors have the ball after the tie up. 32-14. Baumgartner, skip pass to the corner. Brooks beats the defender all the way to the basket. Braden Brooks in for another 2. Now a 20-point lead grown for the Toreadors. as Roy answers on the Ogden side. Another push ahead to the corner. There's Silbaugh thinking about the three, no good. Carson rebounds. Toreador's really got to get back on defense. Ogden sped him up a little bit last possession.
Looks like they're slowing it down now.
Yeah, good job by the Toreadors. Force them into that half-court offense. They've struggled in it so far tonight. Anytime they've been forced to go to that half-court offense, it's been all Toreadors. As Van Pelt hard to the rim, lays it in. Back to the 20-point lead, 36-16 after the two from Wesley Van Pelt. Tanner Roy now down the sideline, finds Colson Carson, corner, short. Fight for the rebound with Shivers. Van Pelt comes away with it. Being pressured by Jace Coleman on the way up the court. Floater from Van Pelt, airballed. As now Shivers pressures Roy. Coleman. Got a ton of subs sitting at the table, so we'll see when we have a dead ball. As Toreador basketball, I believe, as Carson laying with it out of bounds. It will be white basketball, tons of subs coming in for both teams.
Looks like Mormon, Brecky, Myers, and Holm coming in.
Along with Mormon down there in the corner. And so with that, Brecky brings it up the court. Gets it in, drive, kick. Now corner, Holm has it. Good pass fake, finds Mormon. Kick out, Holm into the post, Myers. Just had that one swiped away by Van Sickle. Now Brecky forces him to pick up the dribble. Current drives in, right hand no good. And the second shot attempt is fouled, as that will send Braden Miller to the free throw line.
Looks like with this new rotation of sub, we're taking away some size, but replacing it with some shiftiness on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, you got three guards in there at least with Silbaugh, Brecky, and Mormon. Holm also pretty shifty, but the 6'7" frame of Myers makes up for it down in the post.
Definitely.
And Brecky also has the vertical, has the strength to get down, get the rebounds if he's asked to. So as he grabbed that one on the free throw, Toreadors couldn't convert on the possession. As Current to Van Sickle. Ogden really working around the perimeter. Might try to look to get it inside. Keep it in the corner. They did look inside. No one home to receive the pass. So turnover, Bulldogs. Brecky corner. Silbaugh drives baseline. Kick out. Mormon. Home. Gets it into the corner. Silbaugh's shot, long. Silbaugh, one of those guys that's a streaky shooter. He can hit 4 or 5 in a row, but he can also go on some cold streaks right now. 0 for 2 tonight, but he can turn it on in an instant. Kevin, what do you think?
I think, honestly, just because new season, rough start, but Silbaugh's one of those kind of guys that could definitely pick it back up over the course of the year. We saw that last year. He had a pretty slow start, but once the season came to an end, he was able to start making a lot of threes and just overall nice shots for the team.
Yeah, just has to settle in as over and back court violation. Yeah, but continuing on Silbaugh, he just needs to settle in new season.
You know, I think it's just definitely because he's coming in from he used to just sub in varsity sub, but now it looks like he's just
rotational
overall
minutes, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of pressure on him this season just to stay sharp and everything. So
yeah, for sure. As the runner no good, Current fouled by Shivers, swiped at the ball, got the arm. As I believe that's the third foul on the Toreadors for this quarter. And they will call it on the floor, so baseline out of bounds instead of 2 shots on the way for the Bulldogs. Into the corner, Current working against Holm, and they find the back cut. Great cut. And the follow by believe that was Miller. Yeah, but great cut by Rizvit to set that one up. Couldn't get it to go, but the follow was good. So 20-point lead, 38-18, as Van Pelt checks in, replacing Brecky. Van Pelt's a guy who has played varsity since freshman year, Kevin, and his role's just increased year after year. This year, Toreadors will ask him to do a bunch of scoring as he'll see what he can do from the corner, rattles out. But he's one of those guys, role just increases year by year. Been a big contributor since freshman year, so see what he can do this year for the Toreadors as Shivers drags the foot.
Could not agree more with you, Kyan. Looks like Van Pelt is going to have a pretty big season this year, being his last. He has definitely had a lot of improvement, even though he started off incredible. Definitely interesting to see how he could help this team improve and just take over as a leader.
Yeah, I think that'll be the biggest place he sees improvement this year as a leader, as Holm rattles out. That one touched every part of the rim but the bottom, so rims out. Holm tries to take the charge and will take it. Brandon Holm takes the charge. Toreadors bench loves it as the freshman stands in there, takes the charge.
Kind of interesting to see Van Pelt coming in, starting as a freshman. Looks like the same case here for Brandon Holmes. Let's see if he could keep up with the pace of Van Pelt.
Yeah, as he makes a big energy play there, gets the team going. Taking the charge, as now he's working offensively, 2 feet in the paint, finds Van Pelt, rips baseline. Kick out, Baumgartner's three on the way, left short. Silbaugh fighting for the rebound, and Ogden comes away with it. Baumgartner tracks that one down like a DB. The quarterback for the football team tracking it down, as Silbaugh now kicks out. Van Pelt is fouled, as Benjamin went for the steal, just got the body of Van Pelt. As we'll see Reed Carr check back in. But not before Van Pelt heads to the free throw line, as that is the 5th foul on Ogden this quarter. So Van Pelt in the bonus.
Insanely physical game tonight, hopefully. Just thankfully it's a scrimmage, because in a real game this would be pretty interesting to see just how physical it is. And looks like we're seeing Silbaugh get subbed out for Reed Carr.
Yeah, going on the note of Carr, we were talking about Van Pelt, but Carr's really been there every step of the way with him since freshman year, playing on the varsity squad. So him and Van Pelt, big contributors, leaders for this Toreador team, looking to improve on their record from last year.
Definitely, Reed Carr has he is only is he a junior this year?
He's a senior this year.
Senior this year. Yeah, definitely interesting to see how much he can contribute. Seeing him last season was pretty good to see. He had a decently strong season.
Yeah, he's not one of those guys that'll light it up in the score column, but he'll do just about everything else. He'll guard, gets the assists, really plays strong defense. He's just a glue guy for the Toreadors that we've seen year after year come in, do his job. As Holm is playing great defense, kick out three, no good. Carr gets the rebound. Baumgartner now top of the key. As foul on the floor, so even with it being on the floor, it'll send him to the line. 2 shots on the way for Van Pelt, back to the free throw line. First free throw from Van Pelt is good. Toreadors now 39 points, 48 seconds to go in the first half.
Looks like Dane Brecky checking in for Brandon Holm.
Yeah, so they'll bring in the defensive Brecky, see if they can hold the Bulldogs before the end of this quarter. Here's 48 seconds, so with the shot clock being 35, Toreadors will get at least one more possession. as the free throw from Van Pelt. So Bulldogs now need to get it in as Van Pelt swipes the inbound. Corner three, Carr rattles around, Shivers put back, rolls in 4-2. So now 39 seconds after another quick score by the Toreadors. Miller has it down the court. Van Pelt's guarding. 30 seconds on the clock. Shivers went for the steal. Great move by Rizvit to Euro step his way in there. Shivers now on the other end lays it in 4-2. So back and forth game. Really picking up the pace here as the clock runs down on this second quarter. 15 seconds to go. Shot clock is off. Ogden can hold for last possession if they want it. Instead, head down to the basket. Foul called on the Toreadors. Fourth foul. So that'll be a out of bounds play. 9 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time to find a good shot. As the inbound, Rizvit finds a three.
Looks like
long and right. Airballed. So the Toreadors now 6 seconds to work with. Kevin, what do you want to see from the Toreadors as they have just 5 seconds to go?
Honestly, I think with our current lead, just holding the ball, making sure nothing gets by.
Yeah,
Looks like that's kind of what they're doing.
Instead, Wes will pull up. And no good. The heave hits the Raptors here in the gym, but no scoring to end that in that half. So the Toreadors, 24-point lead, 44-20 the score. Strong offensive half. The defense showed up, and they'll take a 24-point lead into the locker room. So we will be right back with you after halftime. Toreadors up 44-20. All right, back for some second half action. Kevin, who's impressed you for the Toreadors so far?
Definitely Braden Brooks. He's had a great start, just firing on all cylinders, scoring tons for the Toreadors. Just a great start by him. Braden Brooks definitely. Wes Van Pelt doing decently well as well. Tyson Shivers just.
Yeah, they're all chipping in. What have you liked from the Toreadors as a team so far? For me, it's been their offense. It's looked strong. You agree?
Oh, yeah, 100% agree. Their offense is looking pretty great. I just love the diversity between their size and just overwhelming in the paint, and then their guards, just how shifty and able to handle the ball, how well they're able to do that. It's just great diversity, and even with that diversity, they're able to work really well together.
For sure. So with start of the second quarter, Shivers turns it over. Roy out on front for Ogden, gets the layup. Brady Van Sickle in for 2 first points of the second half as Brooks gets into the middle of the defense, dumps it off for Shivers. One power dribble and up. Tyson Shivers answers it right back with 2 of his own. So 46-22. Bulldogs will need to score early and often if they're going to chip back into this Toreador lead. As Carr got a finger on it, Carson saves it. The turnaround jumper rolls off. Coleman had a good look at it, just couldn't get it to fall. As Baumgartner strong pass cross court, Brooks 2 feet in the paint, kick out. Van Pelt pump fake 3, now gets to his shot and gets it to go.
Huh?
Check.
Yeah, no, we're
All right. So 49-22. Out of bounds play, it'll be Roy for the Bulldogs to inbound it. Baumgartner pressuring the inbound. Carson finds himself open for 3, no good, can't get it to go. Rebound up and in from Braden Miller, gets it to go. So now Toreadors push it out in front. Silbaugh tries to sneak it in with that right hand, it couldn't get it to go. Van Pelt, deep 3, Shivers shielded it for him, couldn't get it to go. Roy pulls down the board, Silbaugh tried to snag it. Now the lob pass to Carson. Head down, foul called, I believe, on Silbaugh. First foul of the second half. Silbaugh got called with a blocking foul. Wasn't in a good defensive position, just refs thought he got in the way of Carson. As Carr now pressures the ball, Van Pelt. Roy thought about the corner 3 instead, kick out. Van Pelt off his feet. Coleman able to draw the foul. As Brooks will come off the bench, Van Pelt. So Braden Brooks now onto the court. Van Pelt getting a quick breather after committing the foul. Bulldogs trying to figure out what the call is. They'll get it into Coleman. Now high post, Miller. Silbaugh guarding. Baseline drive from Van Sickle. Can't get it to go. Fight for the board. And it'll be blue basketball as Ogden will stay with it. Ball hit out of bounds before Carr was able to corral it. Swinging it. Bulldogs kick out to Roy. Shivers, pressure is in the corner. Now Baumgartner guarding Tanner Roy. The rip into the lane. Shivers gets 2 hands up for the block as Baumgartner puts a good pass down the court. Carr able to finish it. What a great pass from Baumgartner to Carr, as I believe we'll have An and one opportunity for Carson and the Bulldogs.
You know, that's just coming back to what we were saying about just the connection between our guards and our post players. Just the great pass from Baumgartner down to Carr, in for the easy layup. It's just something we like to see out here, and I think it's just one of the strong suits. Hendricks Mormon coming out. Mormon definitely coming in with a strong start. He's gotten a lot of steals off the ball defensively. I mean, just looking great overall. Ooh.
Carr hits the deck hard. It'll be a foul on the Bulldogs. But yeah, going off what you were saying about Mormon, seen him a lot on the defensive side, not yet on the offensive side. He can really light it up from behind the arc. So we'll see what he can do this second half. If he gets it going, might be no end to it. As Silbaugh cuts into the paint, lays it in for two. There's the guard post connection Kevin was just telling you guys about.
I mean, overall, it's just like, wow, good defense from Shivers. Sorry. Just defensive pressure from Silbaugh and Mormon just coming out for both of them. Hopefully we could just see their just see them shine on offense. Coming in, it's just definitely a lot of pressure on both of them as they were JV varsity subs. A lot of pressure for them to perform tonight, but pushing up the court, it looks like Silbaugh down to Shivers.
Might have been going for the oop there. Can't finish. As Mormon gets the board, throws it off a Bulldog. And it will work out for Mormon as smart play there to throw it off the Bulldog standing out of bounds.
See, that's the other great thing about Mormon. Not only is he just strong overall physically, but he is a great, he has just some great knowledge over basketball and just move set overall.
Yeah, he's a guy that'll sit around, watch basketball all day, learn as much as he can. Really smart basketball mind, uses it there. As turnover, Shivers tried to get the outlet. Now Miller kicks out. Carson drives baseline, leaves it short over Mormon. And Mormon in there fighting for the rebound, stays with Ogden. Baseline out of bounds as they just go for the easy inbound. The Bulldogs now working around. Baumgartner tried to force the steal. Shivers sends that one back. Stays with the Bulldogs, 26 seconds on the shot clock.
Some great defensive pressure by the Toradors. Hopefully we can just get a board here and take it down court, but we'll see how it goes.
Carson's three left short. Mormon rebounds. Big outlet to Silbaugh. Flies in for the easy two. As we have a whistle, foul called away from the ball, I believe. It'll be a sideline as the foul called on Shivers, I think, was the ruling. So 4 fouls for the Toradors, 3:46 to play. As Landon Myers checks in for Boone.
Looks like the Bulldogs got their physicality in check, not fouling as much. Hopefully we could say the same for the Toradors moving forward, just improving on their defense. But with a fast team like Ogden, it is pretty hard to do that. Looks like a little too fast rushing in.
As whistles are blown, I believe we'll have a Bulldog timeout, I think is the call. So we'll be back with you. Toradors up 57-26 when we come back. All right, back after the timeout, Bulldog basketball. Trying to run it up in transition. Myers gets the hand on the ball, forces the steal. Brooks, strong to the rim. Chance for the three-point play. Braden Brooks keeps his impressive night going. We've seen him do it all inside the paint. Playoff two, hit the runner, the floater. That time going up strong into contact for the two. So Braden Brooks really strong around the rim tonight. Converts on the three-point play. So 26 for the Bulldogs to the Toreadors 60. As a bunch of subs come in for Ogden. Toreadors stick with the same lineup. Still with that full court pressure. Switching every ball screen. We've got a foul away from the ball, I think, on Van Pelt. So that is the 5th foul of the quarter. Send the Bulldogs to the free throw line. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go, so we could be seeing a lot of free throws for the Bulldogs. I believe Van Sickle will be our shooter. As we've seen a lot of pressure out of the Toreadors, causing the 5 team fouls. Ogden has sat back in a little bit of a softer, less pressure on the ball, so they're 2 fouls to the Toreadors 5. Toreadors been more aggressive, swiping at the ball. Sends Van Sickle to the free throw line, no good on the second. Will get 1 on that trip. As Brooks weaves his way through traffic, has it poked away by Risvit. And now all the way to the rim, left-handed layup wouldn't go from Miller. And then followed up by Van Sickle for the 2. Toreadors up 31 points, 60-29. Corner, Silbaugh thought about it. Mormon now puts it on the ground. Brooks reverses direction. And we'll have a foul called on the Bulldogs. Two minutes, 51 seconds left, third quarter. Mormon in the corner almost had it stolen by Van Sickle. Instead, safely into the hands of Brooks. Silbaugh's 3 long, right into the lap of Mormon. Foul called as Mormon now will travel to the free throw line for his 2 shots. Ogden, 4 fouls after the 2 on that trip down the floor. So we'll see what Mormon can do as he'll send 2 free throws. Gets the first. 61-29. Mormon's second shot. Good as well.
You know, last season Mormon had a great, pretty good season just overall with shooting and defense. Hopefully we can see how he picks it up this season.
62-31, Toreadors back on the offensive end. Van Pelt lets a 3 go. No good. Myers fighting in for the board. Comes away with Mormon. Silbaugh checks his feet, makes sure they're behind the line. Fire away, no good. Silbaugh's floater in the lane, no good. Myers fighting for it and lays it in. Uses the height to his advantage that time. Grabs the board right back up for 2 for the Toreadors. Now Roy, full head of steam, attacks Myers. Couldn't get it to go. We got a foul on the floor. Miller got up for the rebound. So it'll be 2 shots. As foul, I believe, was called on Mormon. Kind of on the back of Miller as he went up for the offensive rebound. So 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Toreadors' lead is still pretty large, Kevin. What do you think they've done to have that lead grow throughout this third quarter?
I think overall our transitioning on the ball has been really great. Our pass game has been really strong, and just our ability to just keep the ball moving and getting shots up.
That's a good point, Kevin. The ball hasn't got stuck at all. They've been really able to reverse it, flip sides, keep the Ogden defense moving. We haven't seen any stagnant offense so far from the Toreadors. Has them out 64-30 as Holm commits the foul this time. 7th foul for the Toreadors now. More free throws on the way. This time they'll come from Risvit of the Bulldogs.
Good foul from Holm there. I mean, not much you could do in that situation, going against 2 right there, but No shot was made, but took him to the line.
As first is converted. 64-32, I believe, the score.
Looks like Shivers and Baumgartner coming in. Looks like we're trying to get some size on our roster.
As that one's good as well. As we'll see Carr come back in for Boone. Baumgartner will be the inbounder. Finds Carr. Now up the seam of the defense. Ricochets off a Bulldog. Brecky controls the ball now. Flips court. Holm hard to the basket. Can't get it to go. Hung in the air for a while. Tried to find a lane to get it up. Couldn't get it to go. Brecky now short corner. Holm at corner three. Short. Van Sickles corner three, no good. Right back to him. Tries to get into the post, and it is converted. Kobe Current gets the easy lay-in. Corridors lead now just 20 as Baumgartner a little bit too much heat on the pass intended for Brecky. Baumgartner swiped it away. Van Sickle able to recover. Miller, left hand, no good.
48 seconds left on the clock.
Shivers in the paint. Good job to get the defender off the feet with the pump fake. Went up for the easy two. Now the ball inbounded Rizvit.
Let's hope the Toradors can get a stop here.
Into the post, Miller banging down on the block with Holm. Turnaround jumper, good.
Clock is winding down. Can Holm get it to a post player or find a shot? It's going down to Brecky.
Yeah, Brecky's three is good. Finds the bottom of the net. Dane Brecky gets the three-pointer, and the clock will expire. No shot from the Bulldogs.
Just a great way to end the quarter going into the fourth quarter. 69-36 Toradors.
Yeah, Toradors offense looking strong. Defense getting the job done. Will give them the 69-36 lead. End of the third quarter. We'll be back with you for the start of the fourth quarter. All right, fourth quarter. Baumgartner saves that one right into the hands of Bergstrom. And now Carson down the floor. Coleman into the post. Couple of blocks. We've got a foul called on Boone. So that'll be a two-shot foul, sending the Bulldogs to the free throw line.
Coming in the fourth quarter, Toradors really got to just start playing with their feet, not getting too physical in the paint. But Ogden has had a pretty good offensive night tonight, just being really fast off the ball. So it is something that the Toreadors do have to respond to.
Yeah, adding to that, Toreadors up 30. They can just take it nice and easy, slow it down on the offensive side. Use a lot of their shot clock and just kind of ride it out from here, up 30. It's going to be a tough comeback for the Bulldogs, so take your time, find the best shot you can on offense. As Baumgartner gets a good one right there, rattles it out, and last touched by Shivers.
Definitely. I think Baumgartner was really looking for the ball there. Last season he had a pretty decent shooting game. So looking forward to seeing him just get that ball more. And
yeah, as that one's saved by him. Into the hands of Carr. Brooks lines up the three. Looks good and is good. Braden Brooks puts the Toreadors up to 72. As Carson can't get the layup to go. Now Brooks flying the other way. Puts on a move, gets into the paint, 2 feet, hangs in the air, gets it to go. Braden Brooks, last 5 for the Toreadors, all coming off his hand. And now Carr gets the steal. Toreadors really expanding this lead as Brooks gets in and will get the 2 to go, and we'll have a trip to the free throw line coming. Braden Brooks been a beast tonight, Kevin.
No kidding, just starting off the fourth quarter, just knocking down points left and right. I mean, it's great to see from Braden this season, but definitely expected out of him.
Yeah, for sure. If he can keep this up as a scorer, it'll be big for the Toreadors as they enter Raccoon River play, one of the tougher conferences in Iowa. So they'll need every point they can get out of Brooks and the rest of the cast around him as they enter into the tough Raccoon River. Looked good. They've looked good tonight so far against Ogden. So see if they can keep that rolling and through these non-conference games and then eventually into the Raccoon River. As Carson fights for the ball, kicks out Roy's 3 left short, right into the hands of Shivers, and now Carr has it, tries for the crossover.
Looks like we have an entire team getting ready to sub in.
Yeah, fresh 5 ready to check in for Boone. I believe we've got a foul called.
Looks like Silba, Brecky, Holm, Myers, and Mormon coming in.
A couple Bulldogs down at the scores table as well. It's Miller, along with, I believe, Van Sickle ready to check in after the first free throw by Roy. Now at the free throw line, 5 minutes, 50 seconds to go. First free throw rattles in. Gets the Bulldogs to that 40-point mark as 5 fresh Toreadors check in.
You know, needless to say, the Bulldogs have had a pretty rough season years past, but this season they're not looking too bad, keeping it 40-77 right now. I mean, although they are losing, they have had a pretty strong night tonight, and I think overall this season they should be decently strong compared to their past years.
Yeah, as Silball works his way into the lane, Holm thought about it. Instead, Brecky kicks out. Now Holm will try it. Will get it. Brandon Holm, the freshman, gets it to go.
Great to see out of Brandon Holm.
Toreadors now up 39. As Roy uses his big frame to get down to the block. Brecky will be the ball handler for Boone. Gets it up. Silball tried for the cross-court pass. Instead, Myers has it. Deflected right into his lap. Able to lay it in. Easy 2. Now 82-43 the score. As Boone really just doing what they were supposed to tonight. Everything going their way. Up big. Just about 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Got a foul called. It'll be underneath for Ogden. Foul called on the Toreadors' 3rd foul. Roy to inbound. And it'll be Van Sickle coming down the block. Gets it to go. Strong out of bounds play. As Mormon kicks out. Silball 3 long. Holm grabs it, tracks it down. Now Brecky swings it. Mormon into the paint. Gets the pivot foot down. Holm, top of the key. Spins, dishes. Brecky on the post, blocked by Roy.
Good pass by Holm, but defensive pressure by Ogden. No good for Brecky.
Yeah, so it'll be last touch by Roy off the block. 6 seconds. It'll be fresh 35 on the shot clock for Boone, it looks like. As Mormon gets the 3 ball that time for Boone. Toreador's really just pouring in the threes here in this fourth quarter. As he got a
Looks like we're going to see some new faces here. Looks like Christensen, Mock, Gradeville, and Bain coming in.
Yes, Benjamin gets the layup. Mormon will answer right back with a layup of his own. Keeping the foot on the gas, the Toreadors keeping it moving. 3 minutes to play. Next dead ball, we'll see a couple new Toreadors. As Van Sickle dishes to the post. As Coleman converts down low block. And now new Toreadors checking in. Gradeville, Bain, Christensen, Mock all check in. Holm the only one staying from the old Toreador lineup.
Needless to say, out of this crew, looks like I'm looking really forward to seeing Blake Gradeville. Last season coming up, JV for the first half of the season, but after just some gameplay of him, just really showing his worth. He got moved up to varsity sub and just showing what he could do. And I'm really excited to see what he could do this season and just in this scrimmage.
Yeah, the guy I'm looking for here, Cole Christensen, another freshman along with Holm now out there. He's another guy looking out for just to see what he can do. Young guys, always fun to see when they get on the varsity court.
Definitely, definitely.
As that one tipped out of bounds. Just about 2 minutes to go as the clock is running. Toreadors up big, 87-49. Van Sickle tried to dish it down low. Couldn't get it to go.
Looks like at the post we got Austin Mock. Great to see him out. Big 6'3" frame from him. Good to see what he could do in the paint tonight.
Yeah, as Holm hesitation gets in the paint, lays it up, right hand. Good move from Brandon Holm. 89-49. Toreadors up 40. A minute 30 to play. As Gradeville defending, gets the hand up on Coleman. Christensen the rebound. Looking for an outlet. Will find Gradeville. Drives in, kick, Mock. Intercepted by Braden Miller.
Looks like a whole fresh 5 from Ogden coming in.
Yeah, a bunch of new faces for the Bulldogs. Play this final minute. As Mock to inbound, will get it to Bain. Bain thinking about getting it back down to the post instead. Bain, corner, 3. No good. Carson, rebound. Big man will bring it up. Mock guarding, crossed over, and tapped out of bounds. And it'll stay with the Bulldogs. Shot clock is off, 30 seconds, just under, left to play. As we've got more whistles, this time Toreador basketball. Refs pointed the wrong way, so it'll stay with Ogden. 10 seconds, clock's running. It'll have to be a quick shot if they're going to get one up. Into Current. One dribble, pull up, 3, no good. Rizvit, fight for the board. Holm comes down with it, and that will do it. Final score, 89-49. Toreadors get the win in the scrimmage against Ogden. So with that, we'd like to say thank you, everyone, for the support and for watching our live stream. Without our viewers, we could not put on this fantastic production at every sporting event. Tonight, the Toreador offense really just pushed the pace, set the tempo, and the Bulldogs just couldn't keep up. Toreador defense was strong, and it ultimately led to a 40-point win for the Toreadors in this achieved scrimmage. So The next time we'll be back in action on Boone TV is tomorrow at 7:30 as the Boone girls basketball team will take on the Nevada Cubs here in Boone. This has been Kyan Lehman along with Kevin Luong. Thanks again. We'd like to say thank you for watching.
For tuning into our live stream.
We appreciate your support and hope you enjoy the coverage.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. And smash that like button.
Stay tuned for more events and sports highlights. Roll doors.